I want to talk about how the class is arranged and how it's presented to you on the online learning management system that we're using. Remember, if this is a class that's 100% online, there's no issue there. That's the only place you go, the learning management system on our classes page there. However, if you're meeting with me on land, everything of the class is also going to be on that learning management system as a redundant version of the class. And if you are coming in to see me on a weekly basis or whatever, I'm not just going to be going over again what's on the learning management system in terms of videos, audio clips, and the learning material there. Instead, I will be engaging you with questions and thoughts in the moment about that material. So I'm not repeating what's on the online management system in the classroom. Okay, so come prepared, having watched or read or listened to the material that we might be going over that day if you are coming in as a land class. But either way, I'm going to arrange the class in 8 work folders. Those work folders will have it very clearly marked in their title when the due date for everything in the folder is due. And I'll spread the work out throughout the course of a semester. And many times I'll simply just look for a 10 or 11 day spread between the work folders. So please don't get too into thinking or just assume that it's always going to be on a Friday that work is due. Just be sure instead to just get in the habit of looking at the title of the work folder and seeing the due date there. So work folder 1 might be due, it'll say there the month and the day and 11:59 of the day of the 15th or whatever. That just means that you have that day as well, but please get it in before the end of that day. Now, I know life is busy and things happen, sickness, we've had a lot of that, haven't we? Work issues, car issues, family issues, and then other responsibilities that you are embracing and trying to do a good job with, like your other classes, or maybe you're playing a sport. And there is a whole world of responsibility there at a certain level, isn't there? So I want you to know I understand that. And if you have to go a couple days after when the work is due, that's fine. Just get it in as soon as you can. I appreciate a little heads up, a text, an email, a phone call, whatever, letting me know that I'm going to be a week late with stuff. That lets me know that you're thinking it through, okay? And I do reserve the right to count off for work that is very late. So if you're turning in work that was due a month ago, I will give you some credit for that, but please don't expect just 100% credit. Although if you have a reason that you want me to listen to, just please let me know. Again, sicknesses, things in the family, I don't want to disrespect that. So please let me know what's going on. I will say this. If you turn in work, I'll grade it. And I'll give you the amount that I think is fair, what you've earned according to the work and the time and all that. And I'm always willing to talk to you about that. So don't hesitate to try to turn in late work and to get it done if for whatever reason work goes past those due dates. The pace of work will be very clearly marked by those 8 work folders and the due dates on each one. But the most important due date of them all is the very last one. That is an absolute deadline. I cannot accept work after that deadline. I'm giving you a lot of time in that 8th folder because that's when a lot of that major writing takes place, and it will extend into final exam week. So you will have final exam week to finish up some assignments as well. But because of that, I leave myself very little time to grade after the due date of that 8 work folder and the time I actually have to submit grades to the registrar. And I'm under my own deadline, and I cannot miss that one. I'll believe me, there's a world of confusion and pain and annoyance, and I don't know what else if I miss that deadline for me. So I need you to know that I will always accept work whenever you get it in, just send it in, but I will not accept work after the due date of the 8th folder. Now, I do want to mention something here. Everything I just said suggests I'm going to be somewhat lenient with late work because I would rather give you the benefit of the doubt that you have a good reason for it. You're going to get it done. If you're going to do it, it'll be okay. But I do not want you to take advantage of that, and I don't want you to procrastinate on that. There's going to be a point in your life when you are going to have to take ownership of your own time. You can't always be depending on someone else to hold you accountable to due dates. You are going to have to learn how to do that on your own. And so you need to be aware of those due dates, and you need to be aware of the pacing of the class. And please don't just continually put off work because you don't feel like doing it on that day or whatever, because that is going to snowball on you, and you are going to have a lot of assignments that you are going to try to get in 2 weeks before the end of the course. And I'm not going to appreciate that. I'm not going to grade them very well, and I'm not going to really be convinced that any genuine learning has happened. I would much rather have the work be paced properly so that your mind can grasp an idea, work on it, develop, build on it, and then after it's practiced that idea for a bit, have a new idea that extends the learning, grows the learning, moves forward that way. It's much more like a staircase, not one huge leap. And to walk up those stairs, let's pace out the adventure. Let's make sure it's happening in a right timeline. So late work has its own penalty, doesn't it? It brings stress into your life. It's going to, especially when it accumulates. So please watch out for that. Talk to me if you feel you're in trouble and you need some help. And again, I want you to know I'm on your side. I'm here to help you succeed. I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen. But I also have to maintain the integrity of the class and of the learning process. And so while I encourage you to talk to me about late work and to get it in, there's going to be a point when I will have to cut off that. And that's going to be the last deadline listed, the deadline of work folder 8.